The Maidens by Michaelides. Chapter 4. Henry hung around afterwards, after the others had left, ostensibly to help clean up the mess. But Mariana knew there was more to it. There always was with him. He hovered silently, watching her. She gave him some encouragement. "Come on, Henry, time to go. Is there something you want?" Henry nodded, but didn't answer. Then he reached into his pocket. "Here," he said. "I got you something." He pulled out a ring, a red gaudy plastic thing. It looked like it had come out of a Christmas cracker. "It's for you, a present." Mariana shook her head. "You know, I can't accept that." "Why not?" "You need to stop bringing me things, Henry, okay? You should really go home now." But he didn't move. Mariana thought for a moment. She hadn't been planning on confronting him like this. Not now, but somehow it felt right. "Listen, Henry," she said. "There's something we need to talk about." "What?" "On Thursday night, after my evening group finished, I looked out of the window and I saw you outside, across the street, by the lamppost, watching the house." "It wasn't me, mate." "Yes, it was. I saw your face, and it's not the first time I have seen you there." Henry went bright red and evaded eye contact. He shook his head. "Not me. Not." "Listen, it's okay for you to be curious about the other groups I conduct, but that's something we talk about here, in the group. It's not okay to act on it. It's not okay to spy on me. That kind of behavior makes me feel invaded and threatened, and I'm not spying. I was just standing there. So fucking what? So you admit you were there?" Henry took a step towards her. "Why can't it just be us? Why can't you see me without them?" "You know why? Because I see you as part of a group. I can't see you individually as well. If you need individual therapy, I can recommend a colleague." "No, I want you." Henry made another sudden move towards her. Mariana stood her ground. She held up her hand. "No, stop, okay? That's way too close, Henry." "Wait, look." Before she could prevent him, Henry lifted up his heavy black sweater, and there on his pale, hairless torso was a grisly sight. A razor blade had been used, and deep crosses carved into his skin. Blood-red crosses, different sizes cut into his chest and abdomen. Some of the crosses were wet, still bleeding, dripping blood. Others were scabby and weeping hard red beads like congealed, bloody tears. Mariana felt her stomach turn. She felt sick with repulsion and wanted to look away, but wouldn't let herself. This was a cry for help. Of course it was. An attempt to elicit a caregiving response. But it was more than that. It was also an emotional attack, a psychological assault upon her senses. Henry at last had managed to get under Mariana's guard, under her skin, and she hated him for it. "What have you done, Henry?" I couldn't help it. I had to do it, and you had to see it. And now I have seen it. How do you think it makes me feel? Can you conceive of how upset I am? I want to help you, but what?" He laughed. "What's stopping you? The appropriate time for me to give you support is during the group. You had that opportunity this evening, but you didn't take it. We all could have helped. We are all here to help you. I don't want their help. I want you, Mariana. I need you." Mariana knew she should make him leave. It wasn't her job to clean his wounds. He needed medical attention. She should be firm, for his sake as well as her own. But she couldn't quite bring herself to throw him out, and not for the first time. Mariana's empathy prevailed over her common sense. Wait a second." She went to the dresser, opened a drawer, rummaged around. She pulled out a first aid kit. She was about to open it when her phone rang. She checked the number. It was Zoe. She answered. "Zoe? Can you talk? It's important." "Give me a sec. I'll call you back." Mariana entered the call and turned to Henry. She thrust the first aid kit at him. "Henry, take this. Clean yourself up. See you at GP if you need it, okay? I'll call you tomorrow." "That's it?" And you call yourself a fucking therapist? Enough. Stop. You have to go. Ignoring his protestations, Mariana firmly guided Henry into the hallway and out of the front row. She shut the door behind him. She felt an impulse to lock it, which she resisted. Then she went to the kitchen. She opened the fridge and took out a bottle of Sauvignon Blanc. She felt quite shaken. She had to pull herself together before she called Zoe back. She didn't want to burden that girl more than she already had. Their relationship had been imbalanced ever since Sebastian's death, and from now on, Mariana was determined to correct that balance. She took a deep breath to calm down. Then she poured herself a large glass of wine and made the call. Zoe answered on the first ring. Mariana? Mariana knew at once something was wrong. There was a tension in Zoe's voice, an urgency that Mariana associated with moments of crisis. She sounds afraid, she thought. She felt her heartbeat a little faster. Darling, is everything all right? What happened? There was a second's pause before Zoe answered. She spoke in a small voice. Turn on the TV, she said. Turn on the news.